transformational, generational project. I mean, that's a huge project that'll be great for decades. Forever.
Forever project.
Not just a paving project.
Fantastic.
I'm surprised you haven't asked for any bricks. Everybody else has.
Are there decent tipped bricks in there?
They're not,
They're not tamps.
They're pavers.
they're stamped, but they're Logan block.
Yeah.
They're the great big. If you wanna, if you wanna, my fireplace is made out of street pavers. From my dad.
I'm going to call the Board of Public Works meeting to order and begin with the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll make a motion to pass both the executive session 23 minutes and regular June 23 minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the executive session and the regular scheduled meeting minutes. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Alright.
Aye. Motion passes. Any amendments to the agenda? Hearing none. Moving down our agenda into department business, cemetery and park. Diana.
For the cemetery, we just have one barrel, 4 cremations, 3 lots sold for $3,600. For the park, to date, we have 33 grass violations to monitor plum mowing. Judy and I have been kind of working on that. I've got next concert will be August 8th. It's actually August the 2nd because I rescheduled the one from this past weekend. And August 8th is not the correct date. It's August the 9th. I don't want to think if I type this out. So 2nd and 9th. Repairs to the scout cabin roof have been completed. I did put in the budget for a new roof for the scout cabin. That roof is 25 years old. Several leaks repeatedly every year. I'll be meeting with the rep to discuss another piece of playground equipment today, actually, to replace some of the outdated pieces. Did take a few trees at the park down. I think it was week before last. Had some hangers, and a dead tree that was concerning me. Pretty dead. And then if I have enough money, we'll remove some stumps at the end of the year. Today, we have 3 trees scheduled to be removed in the city on a right of way. All those will be paid out of Tree City committee money. And 1 possible property damage located at the Lions Club. So I've taken pictures of the Tammy on the insurance portion of that. I've asked the park board to help with the verbiage on the new trail sign. That's part of the completion of the trail project. So today I have not got back with them to see what they've come up with on that.
What does that sign need to say?
Well, right now it just shows phase 1. It needs to show both phases and then just basically the engineer, I believe, information, I think. It's got quite a bit of verbiage on it right now, but I think we can get that down. When it was
Most of it's
established and,
Just from a map perspective, showing
yeah, and then over to the side, probably when it was constructed or engineered.
So it's not any physical signs that you have to put out on the path, on the trail.
No, there is a physical sign right there outside the restroom, so we just need to redo that one.
That needs to be updated?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Any questions?
All the high water, no,
That's great. It was great.
it was great.
No, I mean, seriously, if we didn't have that work done, we'd be in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Twice this year so far. Yeah. Okay.
any other questions for Diana? Thanks, Diana.
And
Planning department.
Good morning.
Morning.
So you have our reports. Bear with us a little bit. We're still kind of working on changing some things around, but for the month of June, we had $8,850 in permits. For the year to date, we're at 31,000, almost 32,000, which is about $2,000 up from January to June of 2024. See, the Tyon, they have gotten their permit, so their work is progressing, and hopefully we'll be seeing some good progress from them here soon. I think that's the big one that we worked on last month.
Are these permit revenues from Tipton specific?
They're both, the city and the county.
Okay.
The majority are the city though.
Sure.
And I can split those up if you would rather just see the city.
I'll let you know. I don't know if it's.
We're just
I
kind
think I was
of,
just clarifying on.
if you go through the actual permit reports, it does have them broken down by city.
Did DMT receive a permit for their West Jefferson project yet? Have they come in and filed at all for
They
that?
have not filed.
Okay.
I think they're still working on their state design release for that. The holdup at the Tyon, they were doing some work just securing the building. Structurally, they were working on the envelope, but they had been kind of going back and forth with the state. And they finally got their state design release, and so we were able to issue the permit that day.
What did you say? Whose property?
DMT Capital.
It's the old
It's the
Baker
same
Street
owner.
building, yeah. Or Baker.
what?
Baker
It was-
building.
Yeah, on West Jefferson, right by Side Street Mall.
But I have talked to them about it. They're working.
I just didn't know if they were through that state design release. I knew they had challenges, both internal and external with
Correct.
East
I think
Jefferson.
the internal caused the external, but.
Yes, correct.
At any rate, they're working through that, and then we're working on their sign stuff right now. So looks like they're going to be in front of the BZA for a variance for their sign. So we didn't have a BZA or a plan commission meeting this month. We had no agendas or no petitions on the agenda,
Mhm.
but we will be having at least one BZA hearing in August.
How about East Street in the 100 block? Have they continued to make good progress north of East Street Provisions?
Oh,
They
right.
painted it.
Yes, they are. They have continued to make progress, and I spoke with Michael Brantley. He is the state fire marshal for our region, our area, or deputy fire marshal, but he's also the building inspector for commercial projects. He was in our office last week or the week before, so we were talking about that, and he's been over there as well.
Good.
So that seems to be moving forward
They put a restaurant in there, is that?
They're building that to be
to be,
at least
Well, that's
a
what I-
restaurant, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not
been
sure
workers there.
what,
They painted it. It's a great brick now.
Oh, is it? I've been fine.
Painted it like Thursday, Friday.
So now we gotta call it the brick creek.
Great brick.
The great brick, okay.
There'll always be same ones or just little ones.
So our office is looking for a new building inspector. If you know anyone looking for a job, give us a call. That's about it for me. Any questions?
I have two permit questions, but I don't think it pertains to you, it probably pertains to the council. One the other day, the Girl Scouts were set up on the sidewalk and had the sidewalk completely blocked off. I'm not trying to slam the Girl Scouts, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else saw that they,
I did not.
up on the court, right on Jackson Street in front of the courthouse, they had the entire sidewalk blocked off selling cookies. God bless them for trying to sell cookies. I'm just was curious. Do you need a permit to?
So you need a sidewalk closure from the street department.
What about, here again, just for information, over the weekend, Tiki Furniture over here blocked off a bunch of parking spots. Does someone, before they block parking spots off, do they need permission?
Yes, we
Okay,
had given them permission for that.
okay. I didn't know.
If someone's gonna set up on the sidewalk but leave 5 foot of space, would they need a sidewalk closure form?
No.
So yeah, it could just be an education thing.
Yeah.
I leave, I think, 5 feet of space.
Yeah, I'm not looking.
ADAs.
As long as the sidewalk's
Outside.
passable, they don't need anything, but if they're blocking off the entire sidewalk and you can't pass, then yeah, we'll have to do a sidewalk closure.
Okay.
Probably just education, like you said, but
I meant to ask the old chamber building, did Mr. Kaufman renew his permit? I don't think so. It's been expired
I don't
forever.
think so.
I can't tell what's going on. It looks like they were gonna do some concrete work in the back and they not.
He did, maybe he did. He does have a permit open.
We had one open, but
Yeah, that
one
one,
expired.
the one he has open is more recent. It should be in your permit report because it has been this year, I believe. He was up in our new office, right?
Yes.
So he does have one. After, I don't know, one of the Board of Works meetings or whatever, we contacted him and he came in, provided plans and stuff, and he did. I think he's putting offices in there.
Is it 136 East Jefferson?
I think so.
Yeah, he's got an open permit for that.
And I don't know, I'll have to look and see. I can schedule an inspection and have a building inspector just do like a general inspection to see how the project is progressing.
Okay.
Thank you. Are you okay?
I think the other thing on the agenda was 822 Mill Street.
Yeah, I've spoken with Mr. Mills and he got it cleaned up. So,
Very good.
other than that, your kind of enforcement report, kind of a slow month last month. Getting some, basically got everything taken care of in May, had some in June, but
What was the resolution with Brad Whitman?
he has not gotten a permit through our office or applied for a permit
Just
yet.
want to make sure that,
So, yeah, not sure when
Okay.
that's gonna happen, but.
Okay. Moving on to street department.
The street department ran regular trash, recycle yard waste, filled potholes, installed street signs, sprayed weeds and removed military banners. June's trash, we had 142.76 tons, totaling $8,770.60. Alley trash, we had 37 large item pickup requests, bringing in $1,295. We sent out 5 roll-off dumpsters totaling 34.66 tons, costing $3,852.12. Recycling, we had 22.87 tons, totaling $845. City garage did preventative maintenance on police and TMU vehicles. Just to give an update on the West Street project, they are doing the final grade today. Weather permitting, they'll be out there to pave tomorrow. I'm expecting paving to probably take the rest of this week, but the weather's not the greatest.
Where did you say? I'm sorry.
West Street. Once the pavement is done on West Street, the concrete crew will come back in, finish pouring the sidewalk sections that are missing. And then Midwest will do the intersections at Main and Independence. Our trash truck did go down last week, Wednesday. We sent it up the road truck, the PTO shaft went out on it. So we got that back on Friday. Hopefully we don't have any more issues out of it, but seems like a every month thing that we're having to send it out. Last month we sent it out for the air conditioning. This month PTO shaft. Starting to cost quite a bit of money. So we may look into seeing how we can get a second truck. Because every time that truck goes down, it's 3 or 4 days that we're having to do it by hand.
Yeah.
It just.
How did the test go? Was it too early to ask that? You guys tested the truck on
No,
Thursday?
last Thursday, we just trialed the truck. since ours was down. And I got good feedback from Tom on it.
Good.
So I have requested a quote from them on how much that truck would cost. So basically just waiting on that. I've got 2 quotes right now. I'd like to get a few more, just from other manufacturers to see where we stand.
I think the current one we're using costs like $230, $260. It was $230 or $260. I can't remember.
So we're in a little bit of, I guess, a cheaper situation. So most of the trucks that they're manufacturing right now are dual drive trucks. So you can drive them from the right hand or the left hand. My guys do not like driving from the right hand side. So when we get a trash truck, it's single drive, which is $20,000 to $30,000 less, which makes it better. But we'll see.
The only other thing I was going to mention is, as it relates to the street signs and banners, we had our boom truck go out of service earlier in the year before all that kicked off. So it's caused delays on the street sign installation, but just wanted to commend, when we got the 4-H banners in, I think Dylan's crew was out there with a ladder to make sure that those got up. So just to, I guess, thank your crew for that. But we do have, TMU has now replaced a fleet of theirs, or at least a few trucks. So we'll be receiving or have received one of their boom trucks that's going out of service. So
Yeah, we did receive our replacement bucket truck at the end of last week. So we do have it. It's in our possession, and we're able to use it going forward. So we'll have it for banners, we'll have it for street signs, whatever we need it for. The certification is coming up to have it recertified in 2 months. So I've already called Alltech, got that scheduled to have it recertified, but we're back in action with at least having the bucket truck.
I think it's time that we pull the trigger on it. Nobody wants to do this, but we're gonna have to raise the trash rate. It's just time. We know it. If we're gonna wanna pay for a second, I think it's probably wise that we either keep the old truck
Yes.
as a backup or plan towards eventually having 2 better trucks,
Yep.
Trash trucks. But $15 is what we charge for yard waste, recycling, and trash. And the numbers show we might be operating at a break even, but it doesn't allow us to plan for future capital expenditures. It's really just accounting for current expenses.
and it doesn't account for yard waste.
Correct. It's only recycling and trash.
Yep.
We just don't have great data,
Mhm.
I think, around the yard waste. Whether we want to go to green coders or not do it at all, or put them in a different place, I mean, that's totally, I think, I would take whatever Dylan wanted at that point, but I think it's just time. And if we need to, the council, I think, would go for it, and then we could borrow against that if needed,
Right.
the revenue to buy a new trash truck. And then I think we buy the nicest trash truck we can buy, because it is costing us a lot of money.
Yeah.
To do this by hand.
All hands on deck.
Yeah,
I can say I've spent roughly $15,000 to $20,000 in the last 6 months keeping the trash truck we have on the road.
and that's not counting for extra people not doing that. I mean, it
Correct.
takes
It-
more than one person. out to do
It
trash.
takes everybody. We go out in dump trucks. We go out in our rear load trash truck. I mean, we're throwing these cans by hand. The loader, I mean, it takes everybody I have.
Yeah.
So we talked about that a little bit, the strategy that even if we have the 2 trucks that are the rear automatic arm, articulating arm, even if one went down, we have current experience doing the entire route with 1 truck. So
Correct.
we would probably run 2 trucks
Yep.
in a normal scenario. Worst case scenario, we have 1 truck, we can still get all the trash
It'd
picked
be
up
like it is
with
now.
1
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, the way it's ran right now is that truck runs 4 days a week. They run through lunch to get the route done. A lot of times they have to go dump in the middle of the day, come back, finish their route, and then the next guy starts with trash on the truck still from the previous day. I think if we can have a second truck, we can run both trucks. The guys won't have to work through lunch. They'll be able to run the entire route before having to go to Frankfurt or Kokomo. I really think it would save a lot of time. On top of when one does go down, we still have one to
Yeah.
do the route.
I think the only regret is we passed the $2 increase, and I think we just passed it on we think this is good. And it would have been nice to just do a better analysis then, and if it needed to be 5 or 7 or 10 or whatever it is, let everyone complain. We do the utility rates, but it just has to be done.
Reed?
Did you say you sprayed the sidewalks down?
Yes, we've sprayed them twice this year.
I know it's tough to keep up with.
We've sprayed them twice.
Great year for weeds.
Yeah, the rain is killing us. But we have sprayed them twice. Once we can get a break in the weather, we'll spray them again.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yep.
Arts Commission. Anna.
Morning. I
Morning.
don't have any new information for you today, but just a couple of reminders about what's going on and what's ahead. So our visiting artist this year, Landon Caldwell, has been really active, hosting workshops at the library for the public, and then directly with the Encore community and the Boys and Girls Club. And that was really intentional because what we're doing is trying to learn and listen and leverage future art projects to help our community express what it is it wants to express.
Mhm.
So we have a lot of course, folks who want to remember the past, and also we have a lot of folks who want to envision the future. And so spending time with Encore has been really beautiful, telling a lot of stories and just hanging out with those folks, but also making together. Similarly with Boys and Girls Club, asking those kids about the future and about what they see right now in Tipton, and has been giving Landon a lot of raw material, almost resources. And he is also simultaneously putting together a short film. He's a musician, he's a sculptor, visual artist, poet, and he's also been working in some animation and in filmmaking. He's a really wide skill set. So coming up, Landon's going to continue working. I think he has a couple more experiences with at the library, but then he'll also be at the farmers market on July 26th and August 2nd. And that'll be, of course, just like everybody experiencing whoever's at the farmers market, but we'll also be inviting folks to take a sound walk and a video walk. So Landon will have equipment and he'll teach people how to use it, and both sound recording equipment and how to also just use your phone, and asking folks to take snapshots or sounds or moments of vignettes, right? Just to help us see our place again and through different eyes. And that'll also be part of the short film. So in the fall, most likely on a first Friday, I will definitely let y'all know, but we'll have a premiere event,
Cool.
film premiere, and just a celebration of the short film, but also all of the creativity that's gone into this whole summer. Landon's been really, really wonderful to work with, and I think I've said this before, but it's been really encouraging to meet really a lot of artists in even the application process for the visiting artists, folks who want to work here and want to connect with our community. So that's really encouraging. Landon is also, coincidentally, his mother, he's from Elwood, and his mother works in the economic development office. So we've randomly connected with her, and so Elwood, and she is interested in what are you doing with the Arts Commission? So we're meeting with them continually. And if there's opportunities for collaboration more regionally, we'll see what's there. But really just as an opportunity to help them understand how we're using this opportunity for our city. Okay, so coming up now, this is probably also not news to you, but we're putting together a public art master plan. And we are going to leverage the community engagement that has already happened in the several community plans that have been enacted recently, because we know survey fatigue is real and people just being continually asked for opinions and not seeing results. Not that that's happening, but we're wary of continuing to survey. So we're using literally the images, quotes, things created in this experience, but also the existing community plans to put together the recommendations and kind of priority areas for public art in the future. And by public art, we mean it really could be anything, but could be murals, could be sculptures. I also love thinking about what does landscape art look like? What does light or digital media art look like? There's a whole lot of other ways, even sound art, can be public art, yeah. But ultimately just creating more interest and expression and identity in our community. So that plan will identify the types of art, the themes, recommended kind of general themes that we want to pursue, and also locations. And then we anticipate that we'll have that actually completed by the end of this calendar year. We're not going to overthink it in a huge way, just give ourselves something to work with. And then starting in 2026, we'll actively pursue at least one like major project every year. And we'll start pursuing funding for that. We've been pretty inspired by some of the themes that have come out of both the Tipton branding process and this teaching artist engagement. The colors and the shapes and there's an interesting like quilt motif that's been woven through, and I'll say like a more modern and colorful, youthful interpretation of that, but could also integrate with some of the gateway projects that we've been talking about and your office has been interested in the future. So we'll definitely put that plan in front of you for feedback long before it's finalized in any way. But if you have questions about that or want to talk further, let me know. I'd be happy to.
Perfect. Yeah, I was just gonna offer an update to the rest of the board works that we were selected through IU Bloomington's placemaking studio for a project. Mostly for us, our application was based on gateway signage. So to leverage the design students from IU Bloomington during their summer semester. So we've had one initial, well, they came on site, reviewed the areas we had, and then myself and the Arts Commission met and looked at the first revision of those and provided some feedback. So our hope, the plan right now is that as they get done with their summer semester, that we'll have some really fantastic gateway signage that we can move forward with. And the expectation then is at least that from my office, we would be investing in one gateway sign per year. So again, all that depends on budgets, at the cost of those materials and installation, but this has been a project that we've talked about for a long time in this community. So we're excited to see this come to fruition.
It's a little disappointing sometimes when you drive around the state, you see communities that are much smaller than we are, that have some nice gateways. One quick question, the library, what was the participation level? I see all the Facebook posts and it's another one of these, how in the world do you communicate to the community what's going on?
Yeah.
So I was curious if the participation level that you had at the library, was it good? Was it?
Great question. The first couple, I think we had I think we have one more coming up. So I think a total of 4 workshops there. The first couple were really low, and I think that is a function of just like folks getting used to what opportunities are there. We're also just learning a lot about like scheduling and what time and day of week works for folks. Most recently, I think it was July 1st was the last library workshop. There were like 15 to 20 people there, and both like really intergenerational. A lot of young kids, a lot of parents and grandparents there. It was pretty high participation, or it felt like the right size group there. So it's a great learning experience. We're leaning more into planning something alongside something that already exists. So Facebook's been great to get the word out, but more collaborative partnerships where folks are already gathering feels like a better use of resources.
Like showing up on First Friday,
Yeah,
where there's already a crowd.
Or the farmer's market.
Good deal.
Okay, any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you for all your work.
Of course.
My report, a few things I wanted to discuss because it will be business that this board will take up. The review panel for the baseball bids was convened last week. This board should expect a recommendation to be delivered at our next scheduled meeting. We also have out an RFP form for Safe Streets for All. That's a federal grant that we were awarded. I believe the grant amount was $240,000. So what that'll do is provide a comprehensive safety action plan for the city of Tipton, identifying the areas with both vehicular areas of increased danger or accidents, but then also from a pedestrian perspective. And that's really the focus that we applied for this grant for, was from the pedestrian perspective. and actually even more specific to sidewalks on the east side of town, over by the McDonald's, Carter's Mall area, that sidewalks simply don't exist. So that's out to bid right now. Those bids are due, I believe, in the middle of August. So we've got some time there before those bids will be received. And then again, another review panel will get convened to assess and provide a recommendation to the Board of Works. And then also at the latest, the second week in August, the public safety building will finally go out to bid. So we've actually worked with both chiefs to identify materials and colors and such. So we're now to the point where they're drafting the final set of those design docs so we can actually get that out to bid. The expectation is to have that out to bid and completed, largely completed by the end of this year. So there'll be some construction taking place on the public safety building this year yet. I think that'll wrap up. We've got work on East Street that should be kicking off here this month. Again, as the crew wraps up largely on West Street, the crews that are working on utilities will shift over to the East Street, and that probably has already started, or at least they've actually mobilized over on the East Street. So that work will kick off too. It'll be less disruptive.
There are alleys on East Street behind the people on the east side.
Not on the east side.
So how?
We're gonna have to maintain access to those homes the entire time.
Please do, because one's my mother.
And you know what?
Yes,
That's gonna be
Midwest is well aware that they have to maintain access.
that's gonna be a challenge.
It's gonna be tough, but,
But
and,
Again, it's a generational project.
Yeah, correct.
and,
I don't think people really realize what it means to not have stormwater on a street like
Mhm.
West or Independence or East Street.
and access may just be a gravel path,
well,
but, they'll have ways to get to their homes.
But you're right, in this last heavy rainfall, we had images from East Street where the water was over the top of the sidewalk and even had gone probably 4 to 6 feet into the yard above the sidewalk. So there's serious issues on the east side that we're trying to address, we'll be addressing with this project.
And will this alleviate some of the issues at the intersection of Jefferson and Independence?
I think long-term it's our plan but the LPA project will likely help in that too, though it doesn't go quite that far. This project on East Street specifically, this will be probably a 3-phase project where we just continue to march north
Awesome.
to try to address even Madison and Independence is a troubled area too. But we're marching north on that project.
Yeah, the logistical nightmare will eventually be Park 100.
Yes.
You're correct.
But we'll cross that bridge. Short-term pain for long-term benefit.
That wraps up my report. Nothing else, I'd accept the motion to adjourn.
so move.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned. Gotta remember that recording now.
I'll say